Welcome back to Project Brupeg. With Nell and Jace joining us last week, we start working through a long list of jobs. We all end up with the flu, so we're not at our most speedy, but we get a good amount done and even get out to Green Island, an hour off the coast of Cairns here in the Great Barrier Reef.
Brupeg was a sunken fishing trawler that was stripped out and ready for the scrapyard. She's just completed a 10-year rebuild that's brought her back to life. With the help of volunteers and funded by our Patreons, community and subscribers, she'll be crewed by passionate people from around the world. If you'd like to be involved and support the project, please consider joining us on Patreon or subscribe to the channel. There's a link in the description below. Alright, Nell's cleaning out the air filter, so we can pull this lid off now. Badonk, and there's our air filter. And the reason we want to tackle this is all of that scum. So that's ceramic goop from our dying ceramic heat shield. So the rest of it you can see is pretty fine, there's nothing wrong with it. We've got this big scabby circle of rubbish that we have to get rid of. Jace is refilling the grease canister over there. While we're waiting for that to be done, we're not going to start the air compressor while he's working over there. So what we'll do in the meantime, we'll fix this grease leak down here. You might remember we've had a lot of trouble trying to seal the leak in here, but we did manage to track down these fancy washers. Apparently these are stainless steel, and they're like $7 each washer, but they do squash up and seal between the two surfaces. So we've got one for that one, and we've also got one for that one there. So we're going to jam those in now, see if we can fix this leak. Right, that's back together again. I won't zip tie this back up, I'll just leave this off for now and we'll see if that's going to leak. Just get rid of that clip, so the little tag move, yeah that's it, perfect. Okay, and now we just want to undo this, so it's probably going to be tight, so if we get a spanner onto it we should be able to just twist that. Oh, is that loose? Oh, loose. Okay, now we will lose some coolant, so let's get a bucket under it. Nice. Don't know how much will come out, but good, none. Alright, awesome. The leak did its job.
Good t-shirt idea.
Jason, do you want lozenges down here?
Pardon?
Do you want a lozenge? I've got them upstairs.
I'm fine at the moment.
I'll just be dangling around the engine somewhere. There it is.
Ah,
that one. So this is our drain for our coolant. So we're basically just trying to dump as much coolant as we can. If we can get the coolant level low enough, I actually want to strip that little bung out because I think it's leaking and I think there's some gunk in the sealing surfaces. So if I can, I'll pull that apart. I don't know if we'll get to it today because of the amount of coolant we have to drain out, but the whole point of this is to pull the coolant out of that tank. So let's go and see if we've got any left in that tank.
Alright, there's some expensive alien blood coming out of here.
Definitely not going to be able to put my finger in there and feel it. So we pulled the little tap out, hear it coming out, gurgling down through the top. The plan is to basically drain as much as we can out of the exhaust system and everything so that we can clean up that little bung and then put it back together again. Fix the leaks once and for all. So we've given this a wire brush cleanup. Should be as good as we can get, I think. So time to put this back in. Now that we've got that bung back in, it's time to work on the other end of the motor. Jason's vacuuming off the forbidden snow. We got the air compressor running. We're going to go up and clean the air filter for the main engine now. Flip it up, maybe have a go from like the other direction, see if it makes a difference. A lot of what's on this air filter is sea air soaked ceramic dust that we're trying to remove. It's looking good, something like that. Yep, yeah, and then we can clamp that up and that'll seal it nice. Right, so this should paint when it gets to 7 foot-pound.
Undo at certain pressures.
I'm just gonna. It hasn't pinged yet. I'm gonna do them up even.
Yeah.
One.
Tick.
This has gone clear now. We can actually read the gauges, whereas before it was just brown. And I think there's a layer of sediment basically sitting on the bottom of this flat bottom of this container, which I didn't realise until now, but that's kind of gross and scabby. There'll be a big air pocket somewhere in this engine because we've still got a pile of coolant that needs to go back in, and we're already pretty much full. It's up to about here somewhere already. So what the plan is run the engine so that we can get the coolant cycling through the engine, get the thermostat open, and then it's going to dump it all into here and we'll be able to pump the rest of it into here. We did a strip test, a coolant strip test, and the coolant came up as, I think it was 60% glycol, 40% water, so more than enough. and according to the little test strips where we've got plenty of protection in there, so all good. What's one of the things you've got to be really careful with these Cummins 855s is they do like to corrode liners if you don't have enough coolant in them, so you always got to have your test strips on you to make sure that you're not damaging your engine without being able to see that. But man, this thing's going to be awesome. So the fact that we can actually see our level without having to even open it, we can see our water level. The other side of it is we can see the colour. So if this ever turns from green into like, I don't know, brown or clear or something like that, what it could mean is we've punctured a hole in our keel cooling and the engine's essentially pumped out all of the coolant and reintroduced seawater or something along those lines. Basically, it shows us that we've got a problem. So having a visual colour check is really handy. Previously, we've just been dipping our fingers to make sure we have coolant, which is only part of the issue. The other part is making sure we don't have any external issues with our keel cooling to make sure that we're running coolant and we're not running seawater in here. We're heading to get metal. We have camera crew. We have transportation crew.
The heavy lifters.
The heavy lifters, that'll make more sense soon.
Empty this out, easy. It's a bung didn't come out this time.
Yeah.
Special forces on site.
Are you worried about depth?
Yeah,
or?
it's alright. So
Good parking.
we've got heaps of tide. Once you're used to it, it's really awkward when you first use it, but once you're used to it, it's...
I reckon Jess will be standing up and banging along in no time.
That's brilliant, mate, darling.
Thanks.
Right, let's see if you can throw out the further. Yeah, I think once it's balanced, yeah.
We're picking up the stainless steel pipe 316, schedule 10 for the handrails in the engine room. We're hoping we can get this job started.
But I know what you're saying, no need, no explaining. You're making me shake and shiver. You're shining your shoes, but hey, I got news. I ain't falling for all of that glitter this time. As ready as I
How's that? Yeah, it's easy.
I'll be running free.
You want it to stick out by beam? Yep. Yeah, that works. Easy. We've got our hypers hang off the front.
Yeah.
This encourages still way back. Moody. Yeah. See, it needs a paint job.
It does, it fucking works, hey?
It's stripy. Goes.
Back in the engine room, so we're cleaning up all of the scum that's underneath. So Nell has pulled up the floorboards, we've cleaned out the tray that's under here under all the grease, we're going to give it a wipe down. We've emptied the tray that sits underneath the gearbox, and now we're just going to give that a clean up some of the rubbish underneath. We got rid of the tray that sits down here, we'll wipe that out, and then we, where are we, over here, we've got the vacuum pump going on so we can pull out any liquid waste and things like that. So yeah, clean up day.
Hey team, me back again. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this off. It's getting to the point where it's leaving like a white fluffy blanket of itchy goodness everywhere, and it was covering all of this engine. I Unfortunately, we don't have any of this to replace it, and Dame was going to hunt out some 20mm stuff there, and we were going to rewrap it with that, but there's not enough of that either. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this off, which means cutting these metal straps, and then we're going to use some of this. And from what I understand, the tip with putting this wrap on is to wet it first, and that'll allow it to mould in nicely to all the curves and everything, and sit nice and flush. So that's the plan from here. As I take this off, you might get an idea of some of the dust that's, oh, you saw it a little bit over there. Keep an eye on this area here and get a little bit of, oh, you can actually see it up there, that fluffy goodness, which I got on the inside of my arm yesterday, and it was quite itchy afterwards, and it's kind of like liken it to the pink bats, so that fiberglassy kind of yucky.
Speaking of a hell of a mess,
Trying to do the best possible job in the minimum of working areas.
this is great.
So-
I don't get to get dirty and gross in my regular daily job.
But yeah, no, so that's kind of tricky getting down in there, but it's so worth it.
Yeah.
Just that feeling of achieving something covered in oil.
While Jace was getting stuck into the exhaust wrap, Nell and myself took the time to scrub the engine from top to bottom, get this thing back to being spotless.
The chairs are on the table. The floor has been swept. It's closing time and I'm a little tired. It's a long time since I'd slept.
So we took that wrap off. I've wrapped this around and fixed it in place. It's not going to be as good as that for shielding the room from heat, but it'll be better than just a raw exhaust pipe coming from a truck turbocharger. Dame's over here. Now I'll change.
So, I mean, just starting this 2 secs.
Yep. Success. We chucked a whole heap of hot water at this engine and soap. Now we're just waiting for the hose, and we'll be able to clean everything out. And we jumped over the back there, which over the gen set and over the back where there was a supposed earlier spill. Got down there with a brush and hot water and suds, and we've cleaned that out. What can we cross off? Bungee, no. Finish leaks, jobs, not tappets.
Yep, we've done finished leaks, jobs, not tappets.
Wiring, no.
No.
Well, no. No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No. Excellent.
A job we've been wanting to get done for a while is putting grip down the centre of this roof. Our sponsorship with RV has come to an end, so we're able to paint over the centre line of the roof now. We're going to put our grey rubberised grip paint down here.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along.
This paint isn't normally anywhere near as chunky as that. You could look at that as if the paint is too old, or given that it's rubber flakes, you could look at it as we have free grip.
Lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may.
We have a roof with extra grip, so that's going to be awesome, being able to just go up and down the roof. At sea, when this is rolling around, it does get quite slippery up here. We don't have handrails around the edge, as you can see. When it is rough, we have a blue line, this blue line here, Spectra. We clip it on basically under this air conditioner here and it runs, there's a little chain link at the back there in the centre, and it runs tight down the centre of the boat, so we can put a harness on and go up and down, and then we physically can't go over the edge because it's just not long enough to do that. We also have the same rope somewhere, and it basically clips from that little stainless chain that's welded there to that stainless chain, so it goes across this part of the roof. It means that when you climb up here, it's within arm's reach to clip on, and then you can unclip within arm's reach of that one, which allows you to clip straight back down onto the deck. So we're good in terms of like ability to stay connected to the boat, but now we have the ability to not slip over while we're doing it. Because we were heading out to the island, we wanted to do a big stock up to get the boat topped up. We loaded that into the dinghy, and then we went and got parts. We had quite a bit of stuff arriving in the mail, something that we were very much looking forward to. These two boxes we've been waiting for a wee bit. They are critical for our drone project. Let's get into them and see what they are.
Baby, look at you.
I'm ready to fly.
Yeah, we're still getting a hand. Can I have the box there, Fluffage? No, you stay there. It's fine. Alright, this is really where we have to come to some sort of agreement. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. Look at this. Toys. This is the first look at our trainer plane, the Flightery Stork. This has been kindly printed by our mate Adam at Video Show Me How. The purpose of this plane is to teach us how to fly, how to crash, how to fix it, and how to fly again. Jess and I are not pilots, and we need to understand everything that's involved in building planes, keeping the electrics going, making the sensors work, keeping something up in the air, and then ultimately getting it back in the air when we stack it into the ground. And that's where this plane comes in. Adam has built this thing like a bomb shelter. We can buy the plans off the internet, but as you print it, you can determine how strong you make this plane. So this plane is quite heavy compared to other models of this design, but in saying all of that, it means it's going to be much stronger when we do eventually stack it. Adam's also printed a whole bunch of spares for when we do break something. This is the plane that's going to give Jess and I the ability to fly the much larger seaplane that we're building after this. So there's a huge amount of work that went into this, but I'll let Adam give you a bit more detail about it.
Hey Brupeg fans, Damien, Jess, I present to you the Brupeg, or the plane anyway. This is the full model, and I've kind of just laid it all out there. It is a beast. I can't wait to see this thing fly, landing on Brupeg on the bow, or however this is going to happen. It's going to be pretty exciting. Can't wait to see it. Bit of behind the scenes here on the indoor printers that we have in our little print farm at the VSMH HQ, and here is the Brupeg printing in action. There's some time-lapse footage as well that you'll be able to see seeing this print really quickly, but that's how it works. So it looks like we've got this as part of the rear tail, so there's 4 pieces in there printing away. We've got some more here. These have just finished, so that's basically how it happens. There's your tool head here, and then it is literally going over here 1,000,000 miles an hour to basically stack layers. So you can see on this one, just like it's doing there, right? Actually, if I open this up, you might be able to see a bit better. But there you go. So you can see how it's literally laying down layers, and those layers are 0.4 of a millimeter, and it's gluing those bits of plastic together. So in here we've got some of the wing reinforcement parts that are finished. We've got some of the latch mechanisms, and then some of the lids too, and then these will just pop off. There's our support. It prints little supports for overhangs because obviously it can't print into thin air, and they just pop off when you print it right. So it looks a little bit like that. So that's one of our little lids. And then over here as well, we've got another set going here, and it looks like this is for plane number 2. This is the nose cone by the looks of that. We've got another section of the fuselage in the back there, and then another section of the fuselage there. So yeah, so this is I think these parts are all plane 2, so these are all underway. But yeah, there's a bit of a look behind the scenes of of the Brupeg in action being manufactured here at VSMH HQ. The quick summary is there's a whole bunch of them. They all slot together, and I've just kind of laid it all out. But basically, how this works is it is quite a good model in the fact that it's all modular. All the little parts slot into each other. I've just sort of sat it all in here because it's obviously all going to have to get packed back together to be sent back up to Jess and Damien. But yeah, all printed in filament type called ASA, and this stuff is what I print most of the stuff on videoshowmehow.com on my website for all that sort of product in the same stuff. This stuff's really good when it comes to heat. It starts deforming at about 100 odd degrees, 110 odd degrees. Really good for UV protection, really good structural strength, that sort of thing. The wings, these little big guys here, you can kind of see the infill pattern. This is printed in something called PETG or PETG. We needed to do that because, holy moly, this is some of the additional wings that were printed. I reckon I spent a week printing all sorts of different versions to try and get that from not happening. Because the thing with 3D printing is, as it prints really big parts like this, it's printing like this really fast. ASA, one of its unique little features is that it tends to shrink as it prints. So when that happens, if you imagine it printing that way and it's printing up like this, getting nice and tall, as it shrinks, it puts more and more stress, particularly on something like this with a knife edge, being that it's a wing, right? So you kind of need that for a little thing called lift that I guess is semi-important for things like a plane. Anyway, long story short, it kind of wants to split apart at that knife edge, creating all sorts of fun when you're trying to print these. So hence why we have PETG, which is still going to be way strong enough for us, but it also isn't split. It's all one part, which means hopefully this thing is going to fly. So pretty cool stuff though. We can even get things like these, your actual screw, so you can fully print a full screw, which looks a little bit like this. So you can see, and then that will even enable you to screw into the wing nut here, or the thimble nut, whatever you want to call that. But yeah, pretty cool what you can do with these things now. We've got all sorts of reinforcement plates. We've got the section here on the nose cone where you're going to mount the camera, so that's pretty cool. All this stuff sort of will pop out with the big battery. We even got a couple of different versions of the nose cone if we want the full beast mode version, which is much thicker, much stronger. That one if you decide you're going to be running into things. So anyway, quick overview of the full plane. Can't wait to see this thing fully put together in its full glory. And yeah, really looking forward to seeing this in action. We do have a second backup part of everything here, sometimes three of. So if you're looking forward to this thing coming in for some pretty hot landings, so if it does, at least you're going to have a bunch of backup parts in the inventory. We've got a bunch of the specialist glue stuff too that's required for the model, ready to go for you guys as well, so you can build at least 2 of the planes. You got 4 of those. Thanks for letting me be part of helping you guys with this. Super keen to support the project and what you're doing there off the back of, or off the bow of Brupeg, I think, for this guy. So looking forward to seeing the Brupeg fly.
So a massive thank you to Adam for making this possible. Adam's donated all of this. He's printed this plane, he's supplied these parts, and he's donated his time to be able to put all of this together for us. So this makes an enormous difference to getting our drone project off the ground. So thank you so much, Adam.
Reasonably chunky, isn't it? Wow. Beautiful. Amazing.
Now I understand why you said it was like 170 hours of printing.
Yeah.
How much?
107 combined.
It's incredible.
Yeah. They have 4 printers running like flat out for a while.
Amazing, eh?
Yeah.
So good.
She's like, I'm camouflage. You can't see me.
So there's 2.5 aircraft in this box pretty much. Every piece has been wrapped up in like a cardboard thing to stop it from getting damaged, and nothing's damaged. It's awesome. This is incredible. This is gonna be so cool. And here we have the Brupeg. So this is basically a flightery stalk, or it's actually 2 flightery stalks. It's in 1 million pieces. It needs to be assembled, and then we need to figure out how do we drive this thing, and hopefully not have it return to this shape after we fly it. Camouflage cat.
She's making noises?
Eh?
She's making noises, is she?
It's either that or my stomach. I'm not. It's one of the two. Yeah. I think her noises make cutest sounds in my stomach. She thought I was going to give her food. She's like on the table, like balancing on one paw.
This food?
Yeah.
The next morning we're heading over to the marina to fill up with water and diesel, and we're going to go out to Green Island. First pulling alongside for some water fill up, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to go the other side of the marina for the diesel wharf.
So today we're steaming out of Cairns. In front of us on the horizon is Green Island. It's not far, it's only like an hour or so out of Cairns. We have a look over on the map here. Cairns is just here. We're about just over 1/3 of the way. And Green Island is out here. We also have Mickleman's Reef and a few other cays and things out here on the Barrier Reef.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down.
Wasn't going too long and we'll come out and you've got to carry your boat back out to the water.
Just watch depth, babe.
Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down.
Yeah, we might have
Is it soft dog or
Yeah, it is sort of spongy.
sponge or something?
Yeah.
And haul it up a hill.
The stern thruster. This is it.
Can't believe I've got the privilege of videoing a boxing opening on Brupeg. I mean, most people go their whole lives without this privilege. Hey, it is so true. And not only a box that weighs almost 3 Brupegs. Hey,
The weight of all of the box.
the one we decided that we were going to carry.
Yeah.
One of us is going to carry back from the post, no problems.
But Jess brought up the logical thing of
Yeah, bringing the gorilla.
yeah, bring an umbrella.
Yeah, so the only reason this is here is because we have the gorilla. And I've just realised, due to this unboxing, I don't have any way of actually unboxing it.
It's still the normal way, man.
Oh, yeah. No, chainsaw. So for those new to the winch saga, this is the winch that's going to replace this one. And this is the one that's pulling up the dinghy. And this one has left this wheel.
Yeah, the Dedomatic 3000.
Dedomatic 3000. And then, so what Dame did is, because, you know, Brupeg is thought, you know, this is kind of the perfect size. Let's not buy one similar. We'll get one that can haul up a tank from a cliff from the front of a Holden Colorado. If you're such a Holden fan, or a Ford Raptor.
There's method to the madness, though.
Hey,
Yeah,
here we go.
yeah, it's right sized for the job.
It is. And you thought if you ever need to reverse the boat into a dock
Yeah, just string this out.
and haul it up a hill,
The stern thruster.
this is it. Oh, it's pretty. And this is the salt-proof, waterproof.
Yep.
See here, and we're not here.
And we know that it's got a true salt-proof, waterproof rating because this is exactly the same as the winches that are on the top of Brupeg. So,
So do you want to? I don't know if we explained this already, but the reason it's big is because, you know, big.
yeah.
And also this can act as a backup for the ones up top.
Yes. So
Yep.
this is identical to the wing winches, and if they ever die, which they're not showing signs of, but if they ever die, we could, in theory, unbolt this, put this up on the top, and get ourselves out of trouble. But if we had the option, we wouldn't have bought a winch this powerful for the back because we don't need it. This can lift 13,000 pounds, which is just ridiculously overkill for what we need. The dinghy's 60 kg, which is about 120 pounds, to put things in perspective. However, like as Jess mentioned earlier, this allows us to pull up stuff that, like, you know, we can drag heavy stuff up onto the boat using this winch. It's also the cheapest and smallest winch that we can get that has an IP68 rating, which is something that really matters to us because these die because the seals are so garbage in them. But this particular model of winch just really holds up to it. And if you waterproof all your connections, they just keep going. Like, we've had no issue with the ones up top. So without the donation from Richard, Fiona and Hamish, probably 12 or 18 months ago now, I think it was, when we fitted the wing winches up top using this brand motor, winch and everything, we wouldn't have known how good these were. So yeah, they started it and we're just carrying on what they made possible with their donation. So thank you so much, guys. All right, yeah, cables and controllers. Yep, lovely. I won't unpack it.
No.
What I need to do is take the dynamo off the drum and then make a disc that sits in the middle and welds to the drum. So I'll probably have to strip down to figure out what I can weld on. I'm not going to kill any bearings or anything, but basically make a disc to separate it into like a left and a right half of this drum, because the way that our davits work is we end up with basically two lines coming into the winch. So
Sorry.
Keep going, that's good.
I just thought I'd try and pull it off.
Yeah, good, that's a needed job. Hey!
This is what you can't do with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, that whole thing is about the size of the bloody drum.
Yeah. This is what do they say? This is the winch that other winches look up to?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, you're a big winch.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you, the ex-boyfriend. 2 meters up.
29 to go.
While Jason and Dame get the winch sorted, we spend the next few days getting lots of jobs done and exploring Green Island. See you next week.
I'm out of the